play with a couple of really stellar musicians. Dr. McMaloney was in charge of this whole Irish-American contingent of performers. The great Liz Carroll, even Michael Flatley was out here. It was just one of those incredible experiences. We're actually going for a 40th anniversary gig down there in July for the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. So it's like a really cool thing that they're having the Irish back. It's really, really neat. But there were two guys down there, and they were just so special. Jack Cohen would be one of the master flute players from East Galway. He was a hard-working man, and he came out and he played. He worked and he played, and he raised his family, and he was just good all around. And his brother might be even better. His brother is Monsignor Charlie Cohen, so he's probably better. What do you think? And the two of them made a lovely record called The Branch Line, and this was actually right there, maybe even the opening track. I'm not going to say for sure, but I kind of get that feeling. And yeah, that's what they called them: Scatter the Mud, and what was the other?
Legacy.
And The Legacy. So two great old tunes. Here we go.
You got it.
Play these a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
So these next couple of tunes, these are called hornpipes. So I guess Irish music is pretty old. I guess you already know that. How many of you have heard Irish music before? No, you don't wave. You don't wave.
Nobody
You clap. You clap when you do the.
Way in the back there. You must have heard it before.
Yeah. Irish music has been really, really, really good in the Washington area. I don't know, since at least that Smithsonian Folklife Festival back in the bicentennial, really something. These next two tunes they're called hornpipes. The first one is called The Rights of Man. It's a pretty old tune, and it's a lovely thing. And there's one that our friend Patty O'Brien put with it. Patty O'Brien is a box player that lives out in the Twin Cities. There's another Patty O'Brien. I learned an awful lot of music from a man that would have been a little bit older, and I hope we'll get to talk about him a little later. But right now we'll play these couple of hornpipes for you.
And they're going to dance.
And the guys are going to dance.
Are we going fast or slow with this? How fast do we want? Give us a tempo.
All right. The next thing that I want to play for you is some reels. And one of the things about this gentleman here beside me here, Billy Mikowski, is he's known for... Hey, let's hear a hand for Billy. Okay, yeah. All right. He's known for spreading around the music and teaching people a lot of good tunes. And he taught me a couple of nice reels way back, and I guess 15 or 20 years ago. And I still play them and enjoy playing them. And Billy was the recipient of this year's 2016 NEA award called the National Heritage Award. Let's hear it for Billy for his big award he got this year. It's an award given out every year for about the past 30 years to some of the most prestigious artists in the folk arts category, I guess you'd say, of all sorts of things, from boat building and wood making and arts and of all sorts, pottery and Native American arts and all kinds of things, and there's been a handful of great Irish musicians who have also received the award over the years, and so Billy's in stellar company. So anyway, these are a couple of tunes that we're going to play that Billy taught me. All right. Those were written by a famous fiddler from New York City called Martin Wynn, and he was quite the guy, and we all got to hear him play and stuff about 30 years ago or more, I guess, and he was great, really great. So now we're going to do some slip jigs, a slip jig, and it's called Redigans, and it's a lovely sort of dance that the ladies do a lot, and it's in 9/8 time signature for you people out there that are trying to keep score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We want you to count. All right.
Okay, we're going to play a piece by the harper Turlough O'Carolan, who is a blind harper who traveled around composing pieces for various people, and this is called the Concerto.
All right. Too bad we don't get paid by the note. That was we be rich after that one, I think. Okay. Billy's going to play a couple of nice tunes for you.
Actually, okay. This is called the Kilkenny Races. It's a beautiful set piece. I guess it's a sort of demanding piece of music, but it is an absolutely beautiful dance piece, and we hope you really enjoy this one. I'm going to enjoy it. I'll tell you that.
And it'll be Saoirse Dubois is going to be dancing for this one. She was a recent 2016 world champion dancer.
Yes, Saoirse, world champion, the current reigning world champion. Jimmy's going to start a couple reels. There you go. Yeah. You want to hear? Hand him this.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, great. We're having a lot of fun up here, folks.
Hey.
We hope you guys are having fun. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to play a couple of reels. Well, I'm going to start a couple of reels, and these guys will join in when they see fit. I'd like to dedicate these two to my parents. They couldn't be here, unfortunately, tonight. Donna and Earl Egan. Actually, I'll dedicate to my wife, too. Shannon Egan's out there. These are two tunes I got from Brendan Mulvihill. Is a name you may have heard. Hopefully you have heard him play. One of the greatest fiddle players alive today. I was lucky enough to learn from him. And these are a couple tunes that his father wrote, Martin Mulvihill, also a fabulous fiddle player and composer of tunes, as you'll hear. These are the High and Low Road to Glen. So I'm going to start this off. Maybe Zan will join in shortly thereafter, and then everyone else. So hope you enjoy them. you. Thank you.
And now for a real treat here, we're going to have another champion dancer here who is also currently in the Lord of the Dance show. He starts up another tour in February, he tells me. So anyway, this is Joe Duffey. He's going to come out and do an acapella dance for you.
All right, yeah. Yeah, now. All right. Right, Laura.
That's a tough act to follow.
You're right, you gonna go do that? Can you play the flute and do that at the same time?
I'm gonna not dance for you, but we'll try something else here. I composed a tune about 8 years ago it's a waltz called The Lucky Day, and I didn't get lucky or anything particularly that day specifically, but it's about the realization after, a close call that every day we wake up happy, healthy, and with friends and family is a lucky day.
Right.
Mighty pretty. That was mighty pretty. I think Billy is going to smash the windows for us here.
Are you guys going to play with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brendan Mulvihill and Andy O'Brien and I came down here in January of 1975. Any of you guys ever hear of the Dubliner? Yeah. Okay. So we actually got a weekend, yeah, like a weekend maybe, and then it turned into maybe 3 weeks to play down in the Dubliner, and we were introducing. They were trying. It was before Irish cuisine. I guess Irish cooking has gotten pretty tasty and nice now, hasn't it? It's gotten really good. Back when we were there, the Dubliner featured the beef O'Flaherty, and that was it was kind of like a roast beef sandwich named after the band that was there before us, the O'Flaherty brothers, and it was very good. It was a roast beef sandwich with some blue cheese, salad dressing on it. Irish bars and restaurants were really something back in the 70s, but it was actually where this whole thing started with the Irish restaurants. And Brendan Mulvihill, actually, this is another tune that Brendan took. There was actually a jig called "Smash the Windows," and I didn't realize it for years, but Brendan just decided it would make a nice reel. So we went over to Ireland to compete in the All Ireland Championship at the Flockhill na Éireann, and we actually won the duet competition, myself and Brendan, back in 1975. I deserve a round of applause for that. And I'll tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was way too much fun, actually. And you guys know these, right? Everybody kind of knows these. So here you go. We'll play these.
We've got time for a couple more. All right, and another type of dance in traditional Irish music is called the set dance, and it's done to the exact number of bars and exact parameters of a certain tune. And this tune we're doing now, I think tonight, is called The Humors of Bandon. I think they actually missed one step in there. I'm not sure. Okay, well, we'll let it go this time. All right. Now, the last set of things we're going to do here, we're going to say our goodbyes and hellos and everything. We always love playing here at the Kennedy Center, and we'd like to thank all the wonderful sound and video crews that they have here. They do this every day. Let's give them a round of applause. Yes. And so we got a 4-minute warning here. So anyway, thanks to everybody at the Kennedy Center who hired us, and we hope to come back again soon. All right. And here's a set of reels, and this is in the holiday theme. It's called Christmas Eve. Let's hear it all the way to the back there. Come on. Whoa. Let's hear the crowd. We can see you back there. Yeah. There you go.